Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Ohio State Call-In Show here at Ohio State at the Voice of College Football. I'm your host, Garrison Gaddy. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you'd like to become a member, hit that join button. You can see the 3 memberships that we have there scrolling on the bottom, that being the Block O Club, JT Wasn't Short, and We Don't Give a Damn, and you know the rest. Also, if you also like to keep up to date with what's going on in the college football world, you can visit our website at www.vocfb.com. We have awesome writers that keep you up to date with everything that's going on in the college football world. And you can also check out the weekly schedule for every single show that we have here and abroad. Everyone, thank you for joining in today. A lot of good news right now coming from Ohio State. And again, if you'd like to call in, here's the link. Link is in the chat. And again, if you join the chat in here, ask questions, ask away, bring up topics, anything you guys would like to talk about. Again, this is your show, not so much just mine today. So first, Ohio State, though, we'll start with them before anybody was calling and ask questions. Ohio State's on a recruiting heater right now. Right now, it's flip season, and Ohio State is going early. First, I would love to start with the one we just got last week. We took a brief time to talk about him, that being Landry Breed out of Mentor, Ohio, and big kid. 3-star kid, someone that again, I'll tell you guys that how I feel about when it comes to the offensive line and defensive line. I can care less about stars when it comes to those two positions. Again, those are positions I think if you get the right guy, you get the right young man, and he has the ability, you can coach him up in that position, especially if he already has the size. Then after that, it's not really a factor. I think that's how players are made. If you have a guy like Larry Johnson or guys like Tyler Bowen who can develop, then you can go at these type of guys. But again, let's check these guys out. First off, Landry Breed. Now, I got a chance to watch him last night. Really good player. Again, I think he's kind of raw. He's more of an athlete, but he still puts on some great tape here. As you can see him right there at the left tackle. Look at this. Look at that movement. Boom. Gets the quarterback spurt so he can get through middle for some yards. There we go. Yards. Again, you can see him. He gets a lot of drive, man. Gets a lot of drive. And again, listen, he's bigger than the rest of these guys. So you can see like he's using a lot of his athletic ability, his size, his strength. He's getting upfield right here. Great job by him, paving the way right there for his guy to get the touchdown on the right side there. That was actually a pretty good tape right there. But yeah, watch him again. Going against a little small corner. Again, there's gonna be some raw things, of course. Things that when he gets to collegiate level, he's going to have to get better at. Also, you take into account maybe some of the competition that he's playing. But I think overall, man, this is a good get for Ohio State. This is a great get for Tyler Bowen and this staff. Again, man, Landry Breed, awesome player. Can't wait to see what he looks like when he gets to Ohio State. And then we have another commit for Ohio State, and this right here I think was a big need, because if you look at the current class, Ohio State was, I guess you could say, lacking at corner. There wasn't a lot of guys there. And I remember talking about this with you guys maybe about a month ago, and I said, eventually Ohio State's going to have to flip some kids during the season and at the end, right before signing day, because there's not a lot of corners that we have in this class. A lot of the top guys are taken, so there's got to be guys that we were looking at, guys that have some talent, guys that I think this coaching staff, specifically Coach Walton, that he thinks can come here to Ohio State, develop here as players and become something. So right here, I'm sorry, there we go. Wrong guy. I'm going to show you guys Kamari Bing. Kamari Bing, 6-foot corner out of Baltimore, Maryland. Number 78 corner in the class of 2026. He decommitted from Maryland October 6th, and then recently this past week committed to Ohio State. Now this kid right here, man, you got to watch him. You just got to watch him, because there's a reason why if you were to look at his if you looked at his offer list, there's a lot of big teams there. Alabama's of the world, the Tetons of the world, Auburn's, Penn State's, Oregon's. I mean, this kid has it all. And there's a lot of ability here, in what you're going to see in this highlight tape. Now, yeah, you can see him at safety back there, and he plays DB and corner. But just watch him, backs up, reads that quarterback size. Nice play right there. That's a good break on the ball, and that's not easy to do. He's covering that whole field right there, like cover 3. Oh, great! There he is. Great tackle right there. Stops him at the line of scrimmage. We get let's see this right here. Strip fumble. Oh, nice, nice. Like again, and if you were to look at this kid's offer list, and I'll pull up right here for you guys because when you see it, you'll get why Ohio State. This could be one of those underrated picks for Ohio State. I think it's gonna be one of those kids that by year 2, with his size and athletic ability, if he's able, I won't say able because I think he can, but once he goes and learns how to play the game faster, learns the playbook, learns this different calls of the game, different aspects of the game, he'll get better. So yeah, this is his offer list. I'm gonna read to you guys: Alabama, Auburn, Boston College, Charlotte, Florida, Florida State, Indiana, Kentucky. Indiana, by the way, was one of the schools that was big on getting him. Like he almost went to Indiana. The Wolverines, Miami, Michigan State, Penn State, Tennessee, Virginia Tech, Wisconsin. So again, this kid was wanted by a lot of high profile programs. And again, I think once he gets to Ohio State, man, he could be something special because he has all the athletic ability in the world, can make plays. Yeah, good player right here. Really good player. And again, sometimes when guys are have all the ability, but they're playing at these smaller programs, you can see that. And also, Ohio State. And like most, I know the Wolverines do this a lot. Penn State, of course, does this, but that DMV area has a lot of high-end talent. And he's just one of the other guys right there that I think show that, and could really look forward to seeing him play in the scarlet and gray. Now, the last one I want to show you here is Jameer Weiss. Now, this is a 2028 commit. It means it's far down the pipeline. We're not going to see this kid play at Ohio State for a very long time. But, and by the way, his nickname is Juice. This kid right here, everybody, 6'4", 275 pounds, currently sophomore, out of Dayton, Ohio, number 5 defensive lineman in the country in his class, number 33 recruit overall, in the class of 2028. This guy right here, he's one of those. I would assume that he's going to be a. I'm going to assume that he's going to be a great player one day for Ohio State. He has the size right now already. He's got some more high school football to play, but I expect to see this kid develop. He's an Ohio kid. He's one of the best players in the country. And here he is right here for you guys. This right here is some special stuff you're going to see out of this young man, Jameer Juice Weiss. Off the edge, look at that. Actually, let's rewind that real quick. Look at this kid, man. He's a man amongst boys. That's insane. That's insane. And this right, for all the talk that, for all the blame that Larry Johnson has gotten over the past couple years, and throughout the Buckeye Nation, and everybody. I think everyone has lately, tend to see that this had more to do with Jim Knowles and why our defensive line played the way it did. But also, we talked about the recruiting. This right here is one of those Kenyatta Jackson Jr. prospects. I'm not going to say he's, maybe by the end of his senior season, he can be as high as JTT was and Jack Sawyer, both being top 3 recruits in their class or top 5 recruits in their class. But this right here, man, this is a game-changing type of recruit right here. Can't wait to see what he becomes. Again, going to be a very long time until we see him play at Ohio State, but you can see it right here. This is his freshman tape, everybody. I do want to point this out to you. He's currently a sophomore. This is his freshman tape, and he already looks like a seasoned high school football player. Looks like a junior or senior, honestly. So good job on Larry Johnson right there. Again, getting back hot on the recruiting trail. And it seems like Larry's going to be here for a while still, everybody. That's what it looks like. And if that's the case, man, you see the development that he's putting at that position. You see the way he's recruiting still, when he can do it in the transfer portal, also getting guys like Bo Atkinson. Hey, man, there's nothing that this guy can't do. I think, we were all wrong to go and blame him for some of the things that happened. And shout out to Larry Johnson. This kid, Jameer Weiss. Can't wait to see you play, man. Hope you have a good rest of your sophomore season. And see you in a couple of years at OHIO. But yeah, man, that was it, everybody. And by the way, let's say a shout out to everyone that's in real quick. Shout out to my guy Sage, Ohio. He says it'll be great. It'll be a great day to be it's a great day to be a Buckeye. Yes, it is. It always is, my friend. It always is. Aaron said, I thought it was safety. Yes, yes, but I think that I saw that there has been talk about him playing corner. Again, we just needed DBs in this class, and that's just the matter. I mean, we do have guys like Simeon Caldwell, who were taught. There was some talks about him playing safety, but he's gonna be a linebacker at Ohio State. Simeon Caldwell's gonna be a linebacker, and so it was a big need right here. I think he's an underrated player. One of the usually I don't like to say that because I feel like guys sometimes usually they earn what they have, or because of whatever reason they have what they have. But I think that's gonna be a really he can be a really good player one day. And talking about Kamari Bing. But yeah, shout out to Jam. She goes, hi Garrison, what's going on? Jam, always glad to see you, my friend. Day one, K, what's up, Garrison, my boy? Glad to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Haven't seen you for a while. I'm glad you are here tonight. So yeah, man, again, everybody, this is your show. What do you guys want to talk about? Tell me in the comments, tell me in the chat. You guys know I hear myself talk all the time. You see, yesterday I think I did 3 hours of shows in a row. I was with Mike last night, and then I went and joined my guys my guy Cliv and them over in that team Big Ten team rivalry. But yeah, also if you guys weren't here on Monday, go ahead and drop your scores for the Wisconsin game. Of course, I had 43-0. Originally, I had 38-3, and then I just didn't think honestly they could score. On top of that, I want to know what you guys think about this because I brought this up for a couple times now over the week, and it was really cool because I was watching Cover 3, and not Bud Elliott, but good grief, can't remember his name right now. The Illinois fan, but he went on there today and said he thinks that how the overall team under could be lower. He had Ohio State like at 35 or 38, and the reason was had to do with Luke Fickell being the head coach over Wisconsin. I've alluded to that a few times. I actually have over the last few years, where if you look at the history of Ohio State coaches, specifically going from Jim Tressel to Urban Meyer and to even Ryan Day a few times when he's had his chances too. And when they go against Ohio State coaches, whether that be Luke Fickell, whether that be Shiano, whether when they go against Mark D'Antonio back in the day, because of course he's the DC of the 2002 national championship team at Ohio State that beat Miami. They lay off. They don't put it on those guys. They don't try to. They try their best not to embarrass them. And I really think there's a good chance that happens in this game. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think 43 is too bad. I think that especially if you do that in like the first half, you get like 35 of it in the first half, and then you coast the rest of the half. I think that's not too disrespectful. What do you guys think? But yeah, I have 43-0. Go ahead in the chat. Go ahead in the comments. Let me know what you guys have. Shout out to Doreen. Of course, everybody, if you guys already know, you can catch Doreen and Minnie at 9 p.m. every Sunday for the Ladies of College Football Show. Doreen, glad to see you here, my friend. Hope you're doing well today. God bless you. Shout out to Linda Jackson. Garrison, what's going on? Hey, what's going on, Linda? What's going on? Wave my hand to you, too. But yeah, day 1K, 49-3. They get a short field on a possession. I could see that. Day one, actually, one of the things like I'm kind of watching this game is that I don't want to go over, and we're fans, right? We don't have to play the game, but I do think that it's important that for this team, looking at as a fan, you don't have a letdown game. Again, when you're no matter who you are as a top team in the Big Ten, there's always a chance that you can go to one of these stadiums like a Camp Randall, like a Kinnick Stadium, and have a hard time there. Like it can happen. You think about the Ohio State game back. What's up, Don B? See you in there, brother. You think about the game for Ohio State back when they went to Purdue and back when they went to Iowa. Last year, you think about Ohio State. We went to Nebraska. They weren't that great of a team. I mean, they weren't even that good of a team. They're pretty average. But we probably should have lost that game. You think about Oregon last year when they went to Wisconsin. They should have lost that game. I think they had 3 points going into the fourth quarter until their last drive that they scored on to end the game. So, in Wisconsin, they come in this game with a really good defense, 219 pass yards given up per game, under 100 rushing yards given up per game. I think around 92. And you're talking about I don't think our offensive line has struggled in the run game. I think our running backs are struggling. You're talking about going against a defensive line who's one of the best in the nation, definitely one of the better in the Big Ten, and they stop the run, especially in the front seven in general with their linebackers. It can be a tough game depending on how things go. You look at last week against Illinois. They had a great game plan up front. They didn't, they didn't push our offensive line back on run plays, but they stalled us at the line of scrimmage. And so it's a really big week for this Ohio State run game, I believe. I think that this is a chance for the offensive line and the run game to make the turn for the better for the rest of the season. Of course, over the last 3 Big Ten games, Ohio State's gone down in yards every single week from 146 to 133 to 106 last week. And some of that has to do with, last week came in short fields, but there were also drives where we could have gone down the length of the field and we didn't do so. So with that being said, man, but I say all that to say, day one, that I think there's a few times in this game where they can get short fields because that defense, helps them out a few times in this game. Aaron, he asked, do we think the slot position is the reason why our offense looks the way it does, the way we do? I'm sorry, looks this way. I don't know why I said that, looks this way. Or do we think it's the clock rules? I think, I honestly believe that because we have a bunch of tight ends that we like to get the ball to, we have Max Clare, we have, we have I can't Ben Christensen, my goodness. And we have 4 guys that we have back there. And I think that with having Max Clare and with having these running backs also, having CJ Donaldson, who was a tight end before becoming a running back, recruited as a tight end at high school. And he's a receiving threat. We use Bo as everything. We use all our running backs as receiving threats. And last year when you have Emeka Egbuka, as good as a player as I believe Brandon Ennis may be, and also I think there's a thing going on there where Julian misses him a lot. And Julian, there's that throw that he had to JJ on the up the left sideline, that deep pass that was a catch, but it got called incompletion because when he bobbled up out of bounds, even though he was already out after completing the ball inbounds and being down. With that being said, Brandon Ennis was open on that play. He's open a lot of times in the game, but I also think that though I believe Brandon Ennis is a good player, when Emeka Egbuka was in the slot at that time. Emeka Egbuka is a different looking athlete, taller, faster, bigger, and just better overall. And so, Emeka was a guy you could also move in and out. You got to give him the ball. And I think the offense, they want to get the ball to the outside. They want to get the ball to Carnell Tate. They want to get the ball to Jeremiah Smith, of course. So maybe the slot position is something that has been a downfall this year, but I don't think it has because I think that Brandon Ennis has actually been playing pretty well. I think that he's just not getting looked at. And it's not that because they think he's bad or anything. It's just, hey, the ball can go somewhere else. And right now at the time, Julian Sands throwing over 78%. Prior to this game was throwing 80. So clearly a lot of the decisions that Julian is making are the correct decisions, and he's completing the balls and the passes. So, hey, maybe Aaron, maybe not. But I think there's a reason for it, though. See, Aaron also asked, what is Jeremiah Smith's path to Heisman winner? Great question. Hey, you know what? To do that, let's look at his stats right now, his game log per week right now. I think that'd be the best way to look at this. We can look at it together, and then we can kind of parse this out what we think JJ has to get. Because that's honestly a great question. I personally have almost put him winning the Heisman this season out of the question, but you can never say never. And actually, I'm gonna pull someone else's stats up real quick. I'm gonna pull Devontae Smith stats up so we can look at what he had to this point also, because that's I think that's a good way to look at it there because he's the one of the 2 to do so. Actually, I would say he's one to do so. Or is he the second wide receiver? He's the second wide receiver to do so. And I would love to see that. But here we go. So let's look at his game log real quick, and let's see if Jeremiah Smith honestly has a chance to win the Heisman. And before we do that, everybody, real quick, I'm going to play this real quick message here from the voice of college football.
College football is even more exciting when you've got some action on the line, and the games are even better when you're cashing in. And the voice of college football is the place to be to get the greatest value. Start with my picks: 75% against the money line, 58% against the spread, and I've got a 40-plus year track record. 11-0 in the college football playoff for me last year against the money line, 8-3 against the spread. And I'm just the warm-up act. Steve Merrill of Wager Talk is our ace in the hole, show stopper. 7 years with the voice of college football, over 30 years in the industry. Steve gives us analysis on all the big games, but you can't miss Steve's weekly under-the-radar pick. 28-12 against the spread the last 3 years. You also get picks from some of our top analysts here at the Voice of College Football, including Corey Bratta, Matt Zemek, and Steve Dace. Check out those numbers. Become a YouTube or Patreon member for just $99 per month. Go to the main channel on YouTube, click join, and then select a betting tier. Do the same thing on Patreon. Make 2025 a winner now.
Awesome. Okay, everybody. If you do like to gamble, if you do like the sports bets, make sure you're 21 or older. Everybody, don't want to get you hemmed up there. But let's check this out right here. So this is Jeremiah Smith so far this season, Aaron. And again, I think that it's tough. So 505 yards so far this season, 40 receptions, 7 touchdowns on 12.6 yards per catch. So look at this right now, man. He only has 100-yard game right now. He does, but in these last 3 games, he does have 4 touchdowns, 81, 67. I don't know, man. I think that over these next few weeks, Jeremiah would have to. He would probably have to average 150 yards a game and get at least a touchdown and a half to end it. It would be tough right now because he's not even top. I don't even know if he's top 5 right now in receiving yards. Maybe he's top 5 in touchdowns right now. But outside of that, his pass would be, you got to put up some ungodly numbers. I'm talking like you got to have a 300-yard game at some point, maybe 2 200-yarders. It would take a lot. And I don't know if it's not that Ohio State couldn't do that. I think Ohio State honestly could go out there and just let him, let Julian Sand rip it, throw JJ Smith over the field, target him a lot. Like Ohio State could make that happen. We're not short of the athletes of doing that. I just don't see us putting him in a position because of how we're playing right now to win the Heisman. You gotta. He does have 1 rushing touchdown, so 8 in the season. Yeah, he would have to put up some wild numbers. And on top of that, I talked about this on Monday when it came to Julian saying about what are his Heisman chances. And the truth of the matter is, and I'm gonna bring my our first caller up here real quick because I would actually love to have this conversation with him because I noticed something about this Heisman race for Julian saying if there was a path to him winning one, and there's something that us Ohio State fans have to cheer for, and I think you guys need to be prepared for this because if you want either Julian Sand to win this Heisman, or if you want Jeremiah Smith to win this Heisman, there's one team that honestly has to be really good. So first off, I was bringing to the stage my guy Rob from Buckeye Battle Cry. What's going on, Mike? Rob, how you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Just enjoying this Thursday night, man. What about you?
I'm doing great. I can't complain right now, man. Yeah. So I have a question for you here. Or I want to bring some not a question, kind of as a statement. I want to get your reaction to it. Right. So Monday, I had a segment where I talked about the chances of Julian Sand winning the Heisman, and because right now on FanDuel, he has the 4th best odds, tied with Jeremiah Smith, only behind Mendoza. Carson Beck, and there's one more missing.
What about What about Marcel Reed? Is he ever going to get that?
maybe it depends. But let me ask you this though,
Yeah.
or bring this up to you. I said that the only chance that Julian Sand or now even Jeremiah Smith of having to win the Heisman, or I think to even be in the discussion to win it, is that Texas would have been their Heisman type game, but they didn't. It's not that they didn't play well in that game. Well, Jeremiah didn't, but Julian didn't have a big game in there. And then you're talking Illinois, but Illinois has been gotten unranked for no reason. And then the rest of the season, Penn State fell off. The last team you need the Wolverines
Yeah.
to win this Saturday. You basically need them to win out into the game, and you need to win that game in Ann Arbor. Like that. Like think about that.
Yeah.
If you're a Buckeye fan and you want Julian Sanders, Jeremiah Smith to be in the Heisman race,
Man, that's
you need the Wolverines to win out. So how do you feel about that? It's a
I
sick
mean,
thought. It's a very sick thought.
yeah. In terms of putting my faith in this Wolverines team this Saturday, I can't really throw my hat in the ring unless something miraculous happens. Like, Sharon Moore actually wakes up with just more than one expression on his face, especially during the game. But it's just, I mean, you're nothing without us, Johnny.
No,
But no, I mean, like,
it's actually the other way.
but you know what? If Michigan wins out, then we go. Then, which by the way, I have Ohio State heading into Ann Arbor this season and winning, and then they go into Ann Arbor and win, and they put up some, some good numbers along the way. Talking about J.J. Smith and Julian Sand, there's a realistic
Mhm.
chance that they get done because games like that are what like really define players in terms of their chances at winning the Heisman. Just there's been like Heisman moments in that game. Like, dude, Troy Smith, man, after the stats he put up in the game of the century, that was
Oh
the
my gosh, man.
that was the sealer for his Heisman.
Yeah.
So I mean, got to show up for big games like that though.
And
But
I always laugh because a lot of Buckeye fans say they hope the Wolverines lose all their games. I've always been on the other end of that. I want them to come in there 11-0 every single season. Now I cheer for the losses when it happens, but usually I want you to come in there with high expectations. I want you to come in there with something to lose because then it makes it so much sweeter when we take it from you. Makes it so much sweeter.
oh yeah, definitely, dude. The that 2016-2018 game when the
Mm-hmm.
playoffs were on the line and we just took it from them, especially,
Beautiful.
especially 2018 when, I think it was Karan Higdon and I forgot the other tight
Yeah.
end's name. They got up at the
Um,
podium and talked all their smack, and then they got mollywopped, 62
oh,
to
and
30.
When Harbaugh got asked about the talent gap,
Yeah.
that's
You got
hilarious.
asked about the you got asked about the talent gap.
I'll
Oh,
answer
yeah,
your question. I
it
won't take your
was
disrespect.
it was actually Gentry. They're like, "Yeah, we're gonna kick Ohio State's ass up and down the field."
Mhm.
And we all know what happened after that, but man, that's a tough one, but I'm gonna have to say this, and, you may or may not disagree. I don't think it's not that they don't have talent there on the offense. I mean, no one's denying, like, okay, they got Julian Saint, Carnell Tate, Jeremiah
Mhm.
Smith, Max Clare. Hopefully we see Mylan Graham more. Starting to see Quincy Porter, and of course, you have Ennis. But I think this is a year where Ryan Day realizes that I don't need this high flying defense. I mean, this high flying
Mhm.
offense when I have a defense as great as this year. I mean, they may not have a defense as great as this year for quite some time. I mean, you're talking about like potentially 3 or 4 first rounders, dude. I mean, Caden Curry's looking to be a first rounder. Evo Reese is climbing up the
Hey,
draft
man.
boards. Caleb Downs he's gonna just
Jermaine Matthews.
Yeah,
is that guy, because it's funny because I forget, I keep forgetting about the fact that Sonny Styles missed that interception that Jermaine put on a platter for him against Texas. He's forced to
yeah,
turnovers all over the field.
yeah. Sonny Styles is climbing up draft boards as well, dude.
Mhm.
He could be a sneaky first round pick, but
You
you
see
know,
what PFF was their big board?
yeah, he has Alvarez and Sonny Styles as the top two linebackers in the
Yeah,
nation. That's that hasn't happened. Like they could go down as the best linebacker duo in Ohio
I'll
State
tell you
history.
what. If this was an Ohio State team that played like we did in the early 2000s, like we ran a 4-3, and like we went back when we had Hawk, Schlegel, and Carpenter, because people forget, and we've seen him make plays this year, a lot of plays. In the in the fall, actually, towards the end, James Laurinaitis said he thinks Peyton Pierce is just as good as Sonny and Arvell. And like I always imagine, I'm like, man, could you imagine if we like played all three of those guys at the same time?
Then we have Pettijohn back there too, dude.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be better next season? He's already getting some playing time, man. I will say some, Garrison. The future is bright in Columbus in terms of recruiting, developing, which they say we can't do. By the way, we always got to get
Mhm.
the top recruits and stuff, but that's turned out to you know not be true. But again, like so I've looked up the stats in Ohio State's offense. It's not not as flashy in terms of stats as we've seen in the past. It's not like your 2021, 2022 CJ
Mhm.
Stroud's offense. I mean, you have a team that is doing their job when they get the opportunity because their defense provides them with a short field. That's
Yes.
the type of thing that I'm noticing. And again, like we're just so used to Ryan Day scoring. I mean, having the offense score in like a minute, 2 minutes. But now we're seeing, these drives that are like 8, 9 minutes, and they don't put up a lot of points. But the thing is, like, he's like, okay, I have a great defense. I want to
Mhm.
keep them fresh. I don't need to put too many points because our defense doesn't give up a lot of points. And seeing that Ohio State is so great on third down, we're not going to give them a lot of opportunities to get the ball back because of the offense that I'm running. I'm sustaining drives. I'm running out the clock. I mean, their time possession, dude, it's been the best it's ever. Like it's been with Ryan Day. I mean, they're averaging like 32, 33 minutes a game.
I think they have the slowest pace of play in college football right now.
Yeah, dude. Like we've never seen this from Ryan Day before, man. It's just
It's
it's
beautiful.
yeah, it is beautiful. One thing I really want to see is just getting the run game established, dude. I mean, I'm kind of worried about Bo Jackson. I hope he's healthy. Because
They say he was fine. They say he was
okay,
fine.
that's good. Because I kind of saw him. I kind of saw him limping a bit going off the field. I mean, I know he had that one nice swing pass that took him from the 20-yard line for a touchdown. But dude, like they they really got to get that run game going in terms of short yard situations. I Look, I get that Julian saying is going to be money on third down a lot, but in terms of like getting in the red zone and when the field
Mhm.
shrinks, it's a lot harder to pass in the red zone. They really got to open up those holes for the backs. And I will say I like what I saw the Illinois game. I think what CJ Donaldson had like 2 touchdowns or so in the
Yeah.
or is yeah, he did. So they are getting going, but dude, like they gotta I don't know, man. Um, but in terms of rotation now and running backs, could you see James Peoples transferring after this season? Because it seems like he's been
Yeah,
passed
because
by Bo Jackson. CJ Donaldson is getting carries as well. And it's kind
yeah,
of like I feel like his vision.
Isaiah
Yeah.
West has got his black stripe taken away, and he's played a
Mhm.
couple games here. Um, which I think we're gonna see Isaiah West in this game. I think we're gonna see him at least get 5 carries in this game. I think he can get like 4 to 5 carries in this game. I think he will. But I think I'm okay with that because Coach Locke, he runs that running back room a certain way. He's talked a certain way about that running back room, and if that's the case, based on things he has said, if guys aren't playing up to par, then the other running backs should get a chance. I think Isaiah West, and depending on what he thinks after that, maybe Turbo Rogers should get some carries. This isn't like last year where you have two, seasoned veteran running backs,
Yeah,
great running backs that you can lean off of. Now, CJ Donaldson is a veteran running back, but he's a good running back at best. He's good.
yeah.
So, but there's things that he lacks in, of course. So and then also, you don't want to. I think next year will be the year to lean on Bo. I don't think you can lean on unless Bo feels differently physically. Then maybe we can lean on him. But I do think we need another guy, and Isaiah West might just be that guy.
Yeah. And dude, you know how kind of going back to the defense. So I remember watching the Texas game. We were giving up like 5 yards to carry, and that got me worried. But dude, I went on this for stats in terms of rush defense. We currently have the number 9 rush defense in the country, giving up 89 yards per game, dude. Probably a little less, but they really tightened that out, man. Because I'm not gonna lie, dude. At first, I was really worried about the rush defense. I'm surprised Texas didn't keep running the ball, and thank God they didn't. And that Washington game where the first play from scrimmage, Muhammad took it for like 50, I think like 53 yards.
Mhm.
And then after that, it just seems like they tighten everything down. I think this defensive line is really starting to just,
Oh man, it's been
find their groove,
overblown.
man.
It's
Yeah.
been overblown.
Yeah, they're really
Uh,
starting to find their groove.
so I want to read these to you, actually, Rob. I read these on Monday, and I always tell people, you take PFF with a grain of salt, but I want to read these with you. Here we are. Caden McDonald 86.4, Caden Curry 78.9, Jason Moore 74.4. I thought he was awesome on Monday. Will Smith Jr. 71, Kenyatta Jackson Jr. 66.4, and Tom Malone, who played great this past Saturday, had 63.1.
Yeah,
That defensive line, and that's without Edric Houston.
yeah,
And
that's
so, wow, just what the development of that room from Larry Johnson is just
oh yeah,
it turned out
definitely.
well. It turned out well.
So what are what are the chances that we start seeing some, I get that players want the money and stuff. What are the chances we start seeing these, highly touted recruits, especially the defensive line and edge position, be like looking at Ohio State's room, being defensive line room, being like, man, this is special. Yeah, they're not getting as paid as much, but they're really being developed, and they're gonna be like high end picks in the NFL draft, and they're being coached by one of the best defensive line coaches in all of college football. Man,
Mhm.
dude, I'm just waiting, man, because I just find it insane the trajectory of this program. You can't ignore it anymore. It's going in a really great direction. So it's kind of like I just find it insane that they have the only ninth ranked recruiting class.
Mhm.
I know that like we're spoiled. We're used to those top 5 classes, but dude, do the trajectory of this program. I think it's wild that some rather just take the money. You
But
can get money at Ohio State. It may
mhm.
not be as much as like
Just earn it.
USC or Oregon, but dude, like come where you can win. Come where you can
Yeah.
get developed. It just doesn't make sense.
No, but before I answer that, man, shout to Lou_X1014 for the 9.99. Appreciate you guys. We appreciate you, man. Actually, Rob, if you wouldn't mind, you want to stay with me? You busy tonight?
Huh?
You
No,
busy tonight, Rob? All right,
I'm
cool. You're gonna
not
stay up here
busy
with me
now.
then.
All right.
All right, then cool.
Net.
But there's some things I would love to talk to you about, but then we'll get our next caller up here with you.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
yeah, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Again, supporting the platform, supporting the channel here at Ohio State, the Voice of College Football. means the most. And we appreciate all you guys super chats. But all we actually here ask for you to do is to hit that like button, subscribe, and share the channel. It does a lot for us if you do that. So again, thank you, Lou, for the $9.99. Yeah, to answer your question, man, about like the trajectory of this program, the recruiting, and why players don't want to come here. By the way, Chaz Coleman, Ohio kid, listen, come home, buddy. Penn State's going down. They're going under Chaz. We can use a defensive end like you over at Ohio State. Use an edge rusher like you.
Did you
But go ahead. What?
did you see that? I think it's Keon Spillman. He's
Yeah,
gonna come visit for the Penn
yeah,
State game, dude.
yeah.
What
He's
a
visiting.
turning
Yeah.
events, man. He decommits, then he's gonna come see the game in which the team he was once committed to and thinking about going to the opposition. So that's great, man. And then we just got that defensive lineman from for the 2028 class, 5-star.
Mm-hmm.
I do you I got it right here. Um gosh. I think
While you look for that, I was gonna say
yeah.
like, yeah, I think that the recruiting. I think Tyler Bowen. He said we're getting the guys we want. Matt Patricia, he on the D line, he said, listen, yeah, we swung and missed with some guys, but we got the guys we wanted in this class. And yeah, are they some lower, like, yeah, a couple of 4-stars and 3-star, like we got, like, I think people forget we have Kerry Wilder in this class,
Oh yeah,
who's
we do.
a 5-star kid. So and then the rest are big guys that can be developed. So I think that this Ohio State team, we trust our development. We know, at certain positions, we want to get the best players. At corner, wide receiver, quarterback, running back, at those skill positions, we want to get those guys. But when it comes to that interior stuff, right? I think that Ryan Day is so secure in his program right now, and the guys that he has coaching those positions, specifically at the offensive line position, the linebacker position, and the defensive line position. I'm pointing those up because I think those are the positions where we don't get more so of actually linebacker. We've been getting the high end guys lately. That's
Oh
not
yeah.
that's a lie.
That's the
That's a lie.
truth, man.
So yeah, it's really just those two positions, right? And so I think that he trusts the development of Tyler Bowen and what he can do there. Of course, Tyler Bowen has a history from being at Penn State and Virginia Tech in the run game and knowing how to use his offensive line if he gets the guys that he wants. And then also and then on the defensive line, Larry Johnson's still going to get big time recruits like he just did with getting the top five defensive linemen in the 2028 class here out of Dayton,
Jameer
Ohio.
Weiss.
Jameer Weiss, yeah,
Yeah.
Juice Weiss. But I also think that, with that being said, I mean, Ryan Day. Oh, I'm sorry. I've always loved getting Ohio kids in those two positions. I don't need a 4-star, 5-star kid out of. If he's a 3-star defensive lineman from Cleveland, Ohio, please offer him. So yeah, I'm with you on that. And I like that. I like that we are still going as those Ohio kids that aren't just because Urban Meyer always said, yeah, I get the top 7 kids out of Ohio. Ryan Day is also going after the lesser recruits also.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, could you? I could see it being a factor where I feel like they're just recruiting different type of kids, athletes these days. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like it's more okay. We want to see if this is a player who's going to buy into the culture, buy into the brotherhood, want to wait their turn, be hungry, get developed, and then we'll give them the money. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that it's kind of like let's pay the right players rather than someone who just wants to come here to get paid. Because I think I'm pretty sure Ryan Day already put it out there that hey, you know what? If money's your main motivation, then Ohio State's just not the place for you. Because it's just like if you look at some of the past programs, like the Texas A&M experiment, they were just there for a paycheck. And like at the first sign of adversity, they folded like a bunch of cheap lawn chairs. The jury's still out in Miami in terms of their NIL approach and if it can actually produce a championship as well. So I mean, kudos to Ryan Day for sticking to his guns and actually wanting players to buy into the program. Because I see a lot of people like, oh, it's a lot harder for Ohio State to get the top players anymore. And just like, okay, like when money's the main when money's like a factor now, I feel like you just really have to be careful with the type of players that you get.
So real quick, man, before bringing up another caller here, quick message to everybody from the Voice of College Football. Get your business, product, service, or personal brand to the next level by partnering with the Voice of College Football, and let's discuss how you also can reach your target market. The Voice of College Football is a growing network with a large following, so let's find out how we can help you grow with us. Check out the experience of one of our partners, that being Win Agency, posted here on the screen, and just like them, we are here to deliver for you. Contact us at sponsorships at vocfb.com. Again, that is sponsorships at vocfb.com today. All right, man. We got two calls. We got to bring up here. First, I'm going to bring up Caden the Diesel. Caden, how you doing, man? What's new?
What's up, Caden?
Rob, Garrison, what you say, guys?
Hey, man, big week. You know, got to make sure we don't get upset at Wisconsin.
Yeah. Looking.
Yeah, listen, I got us winning that game by at least 3 touchdowns, and I'm at AutoZone right now trying to get some supplies. But I figured I'd give it at least
What
a
are you
call,
getting?
see what's going on.
What are you getting right now?
Trying to find out they got a thing of brake parts cleaner, but apparently they don't got a bottle of it. Unless they
Caden,
got,
question. Do you have a lift kit?
I'm getting one installed soon on my truck. What do you mean? What do you want?
No, I've always wanted a lift kit. That's all I was asking.
You should get one. It's good. Hey, why don't you bring up that next caller? If it's Johnny Old, bring
It's
his
not.
carcass up in here.
It's not. It's not John. But no,
I'm
is there real
about
quick
to open
though?
up a can. I'm about to open up a can of whooping on him and serve it to him.
No, no, but let me ask you this. So, like, what are you at all worried about the Ohio State run game at all? And what and so far,
Garrison,
what are some mid-season
hold on,
grades you would give
Garrison,
it? Yeah,
Garrison.
yeah.
For the love of God, please stop. For the love of God, please stop.
No, do you mean
You're talking to the guy who's a big Buckeye fan since he was like 7. And for the love of God, this is the team. This is the team. This is the Baltimore Ravens dream team of college football. All the baddest dudes on planet Earth on one single team. All the most
I agree
genetic
with you on
freak
that.
guys on the team are all together. And for the love of God, please let the boys eat. Let the boys cook.
No,
That's
that this
all you got to do.
Kenyatta Jackson Jr. actually had a interview this week, and they talked about that talking. He brought the Coach Matt Patricia about him wanting to be more of that guy that gets to rush off the edge, and Matt Patricia, and he said Matt Patricia's agreed with him, and so we should be seeing more of that this last half of the season. So I'm actually really excited to see what Kenyatta Jackson can do, and not just being used so much in just run support. He's been great in the pass rush also, but he's been the guy that sets the edge. So really looking
But
forward to see what he can do.
dude, bring up the next caller, whoever the hell it is. Bring him on
No,
up.
I like to give guys their own time.
Yeah,
I
man.
like to
No,
give guys
bring him
their-
up. Bring him up. Bring him up.
No,
I don't care.
Sorry, Caden, but this is my show and I run it the way I like.
That's fine. Well, if it's Johnny
But I
Old,
like you,
Johnny,
Caden. It's not Johnny. Listen. I can make you a certain promise. It ain't Johnny Olden.
well, because if it's a Michigan fan, I swear to God, I'm gonna open up a can of whooping.
I'll give you a guess. I'll give you a guess. It's a RTR. That's my guess or my hint to you.
RTR. I can't think of who the hell runs by RTR.
I know the Michigan Voice of College Football is having the Colin show. He's always on there, so you're more than welcome to.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
call in there, man. Going to the.
Is it Doreen? Because I do like that woman. What? She's nice.
Okay, that's a better way to say it.
All right.
That's a better way to say it. Oh man.
Hey, Don B, if you got a problem with me, get your butt up in here. Get your butt up in here, Don B.
We talk. This is a ball podcast. But shout out to my brother Don B. 199 saying, "Bruh."
Caden, did you watch a lot of WWE when you were a kid?
I've been watching it since I was 7.
Oh, all right.
There you go. So, any thoughts though, like on the game though this weekend? Anything that you want to see? Actually, a question I would love to ask you is, do you have any mid-season grades for any specific positions for Ohio State, position-wise?
You're asking me. Well, since you're asking me, I'll give you my 2 cents because I know Buckeye fans are curious. I give our team a 92% grade because they've been playing out a month, and I wish I wish the defense would just blow our opponents out by a hair bit more points. Because I'm going to be completely fair, our defense should be smacking them around instead of giving them room to run around. Like, come on, guys. Like, I'm just being fair. But you know what? This team is what I said this team was going to be.
No, okay, I will say, because I'm gonna give you some credit here, brother. Okay, in the off season, you had some calls. Oh, wait. Let me give you some credit. Let me give you some credit. Oh, wait, let me give you some credit. Let me give you some credit.
Can you just let me just say this for once?
Okay.
No need for the credit. I called it the way I seen it. So there you go.
I want to give you the credit because listen, I like to be you have to be as loud in your praise as you are in your criticism. And I mean, in the off season, Katie, you said we're gonna come in and have the best team in the nation. And a lot of us didn't believe that. You were right. I want to give you that. Because you deserve that. Because as crazy as you made it sound, you were right. Well, I believe Ohio State right now is the best team in the nation. There's only one team that can beat us. I think there's only one.
Oh, Johnny in here now talking. He's in here now talking after I called him out.
Who do you think that team is?
The only team I want to see in the championship game, Miami.
Oh, okay.
That's the only team I want.
Okay, Miami. Let me be fair, Garrison. If I want to see a team in the playoffs, I want to see Miami, Texas Tech, BYU, or Utah. I say bring them on. I don't care who we play. Simple as that. We're going to beat them down, and we're going to show them why we're the best team in the nation and why we are the 9-time undisputed national champions, soon to be 10-time undisputed national champions. Simple as that. A lot is clear.
Spread that propaganda. That's what I like to see.
And Johnny Owen, mark my words for you, son. I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to tell you, November 29th, you better give your soul to the Lord because your ass belongs to me. And that's
okay. Oh, that's good.
You know what's crazy about that Miami team, dude?
What?
At one point, Justin Scott and Marquise Lightfoot were pretty much Ohio State commits.
Oh yeah,
that's what's crazy about that team, man.
Yeah, and I Mark Fletcher, man. Like I those are guys I wish that we still had.
And then Dylan Stewart,
over here, man. But yeah, there we go. Forgot to put that up there. But yeah. So I'm gonna bring up our next guy, man. My friend, I gave Kane a hint. I said RTR, which is Roll Tide Roll. We have my friend Jackson Johnson from Alabama at the voice of college football. My guy, how are you?
What's up, Jackson?
I'm doing all right, gentlemen. How are y'all doing tonight?
Doing great.
Busting all in favor, brother.
Oh man, another awesome season in the world of college football, and we'll take Caden off your hands for tonight. No worries, he'll be coming in at the Alabama College show, of course. Oh man.
Hey, so
sorry.
Go ahead, Rob. Go ahead.
You know, Jackson, I will say this, dude. My co-host and I, we were wrong about the Crimson Tide this season. After we saw them get blitzed by Florida State, and Ryan Williams, walking in the stadium with his little teddy bear thing, whatever it was, emotional support doll. We were just like, man, the culture's gone. It seems like Alabama doesn't have an identity, but it seems like they're righting their wrongs from last season. They beat Georgia, which that's become death taxes beat Georgia, but they also blew out Vanderbilt. They got redemption from last season, so and I looked at the stats, man. They have a really good secondary. Alabama does. It seems like their defense is doing a lot better. Really wrong about Ty Simpson. He's looking a lot better than what I saw like 2 years ago when he got a shot when Jalen Milroe wasn't playing that well. So, hats off to Kalen DeBear for, getting, some of his redemption. But we'll see what happens, but it looks like it's going the right direction from what it was last season. I will say that.
Now, before the season, Jackson, I was actually big on Ty Simpson after you guys' spring game, and some Alabama fans actually shot me down on it. Then after you guys lost to Florida State, I got down on you guys too. But there's not 5 quarterbacks. I don't think there's 3 quarterbacks in the country better than yours right now.
Oh yeah, I mean it's like a lot of people threw the baby out with the bathwater after week
Mhm.
1, and we see Florida State now. They're 3-3, and I'm feeling like they're gonna have that conversation of, do we fire Mike Norvell? Do we give him that vote of confidence for 2026? I'm going to tell you right now, if 49 million didn't stop Penn State from firing James Franklin, you better be damn well sure that however much the buyout is for Florida State, which is a little bit less, they're not going to, you're not safe. You are not safe, good buddy. I mean, you're in the state of Florida. They could fire your rear end at any moment. And as for our Ohio State, Wisconsin, this is definitely a do or die moment for Luke Fickell if he even wants to stay at Wisconsin. But it just doesn't feel like it should be a CBS game, in my opinion. It doesn't. Yeah, it's like I'm gonna be watching a little bit of it for sure, but it's just I just feel like the Buckeyes are really gonna chew up Wisconsin with a 49-17 victory.
I actually figured out what Cybow meant like a week ago. This is hilarious. You guys know what that means?
I know what it means.
It's hilarious. I don't know, some high school kids told me that.
And
That's
that's quite the
hilarious.
acronym, man.
Yeah, it is. Jackson, we right now in the SEC, of course, it's a big mess. A lot of teams ranked in there. I think is it 9 right now or 10? How do you think is going to shape up by the end of the year? Because you guys have a murderer's row.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have the Ole Miss, whose back half of the schedule is pretty weak, right?
Mhm.
I'm really interested in seeing what happens with that. And Georgia, I mean, they still got some tough games too. I mean, what you guys have Tennessee still, you have Auburn still,
LSU, Oklahoma.
yeah, LSU, Oklahoma. Yeah, it's yeah. How you see it shaping up there?
I honestly think that we'll obviously beat Tennessee. We'll obviously beat LSU. But I think the 2 games in conference play we're going to have a hard time with are Oklahoma and Auburn. I know Auburn their records are spotty. They're lucky they'll even make it to a bowl game at this point, but they're going to bring their A game against the Alabama in Jordan Hare. The last time Alabama won in double digits there was in 2015, and part of that was because Will Muschamp was just losing it on the referees. I don't want to get on. Oh man, it's always a close win in Jordan Hare. We always get some kind of trouble. And John Mateer for Oklahoma, he's definitely 100% healthy by the time they go over to Tuscaloosa.
I agree.
And oh man, I wish we had Ole Miss this year. Honestly, I really wish we did.
Does Ryan Williams play football?
Yes.
Okay. I haven't seen his name, man. I think it's clear that he's not wide receiver one there. It's definitely I shouldn't be forgetting his name. Who's your other wide receiver, shorter one?
Well, let's see. We've got Jeremy Bernard.
Yeah, Jeremy Bernard. That's the name I'm thinking about. Jeremy Bernard.
that's it.
He's doggone good.
Yeah, and we've got Horton from Miami, and we've got. Oh man, I was talking about him last night, but he's the X factor that was making some big plays against Missouri last Saturday. It's been a minute, but I know we had Kevin Riley in the running game, Daniel Hill, and we've got Ackland Deer, the true freshman. So Jam Miller is out, unfortunately, due to concussion. But then again, we'll bust our butts for him against Tennessee.
Real quick, shout out to Doreen, real quick, Agent Posh Doreen. She puts in here, get your merch, y'all, at H. I'm not gonna say the whole thing, but let's go to VOSFB shop dash slot shop. My goodness, can I speak right now? Where you can go ahead and check out all the things that we have here at the Voice of College Football. Check out all the awesome gear that we have, whether it be for your favorite team, whether it's Ohio State, Tennessee, Alabama, or the team up north, which it better not be. Mugs, t-shirts, hats, sweaters, koozies. We have it all here at the Voice of College Football. So make sure you go ahead and check that out. Are there any like
Montier Brooks? That was the name I was thinking.
Okay. Real quick, I have some my best bets for the week. Also, everybody, if you do like to sports gamble, you must be 21 or older to do so. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. But shout out to our friends over at FanDuel. These are the lines from their game, guys. These are the 4 bets I have for the week. I want to get your guys' opinions on these games before we get out of here. This right here, I think, is an under the radar game. It's a Big Ten game. I think it's going to set up for if one team can stay in the middle of the pack to the mid tier to good teams, and if one can get from good to top tier in the conference. Minnesota versus Nebraska. Nebraska's a 9.5 point favorite. I think Minnesota can cover that. Minnesota's been pretty good on offense this season. They have Darius, who's one of the better running backs in college football, and definitely one of the best running backs in the Big Ten. Of course, they have PJ Fleckover. I love the way he coaches. Of course, Nebraska's having a great season, only 1 loss on the year to the Wolverines. How do you guys see that game going?
It's going to be closer than the experts have it. And like you say, Garrison, Minnesota will beat the spread. I've leaned towards a Nebraska win, but I just kind of went back and forth on this one. Like, Minnesota's a weird Jekyll and Hyde team, but it wouldn't surprise me if they pulled off the upset over Nebraska.
For sure. Rob, what do you think?
I just saw that it's at Minnesota.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it is at Minnesota. But so you said the spread it's minus.
No, Nebraska is a 9.5 point favorite.
I think they can cover that, dude.
You think so?
Yeah,
think they have a big day? I'll tell you what, if Nebraska
match.
does that, I would be highly impressed. I would be highly impressed because I think Minnesota's a pretty good team. I think they finished the season off 8 wins. So yeah, I can see that. The next one I have, Purdue goes to Northwestern. I have Purdue covering that 2.5. I think Purdue wins this game. The defense is bad, but their offense has been really good. They are an improved football team. I don't know if anybody's watched Purdue football this season, but they are very, very improved from last season. Yeah, I think they can cover that. What do you guys think?
I think
it's not a big game, but
no.
I think that's easy money, dude. I mean, I take that bet. It's kind of like that bet. I think it was a couple weeks ago. It was like, I think the spread was like what, 1.5. I forgot what the game was, but after seeing what they did at Penn State, dude, I'm very impressed with this Northwestern team. They show a lot of heart, a lot of fight. They can get the ground game going. A lot of opportunities in the red zone, but I think they could easily cover that, dude. I wouldn't even sweat that one.
Mr. Jackson, what do you think about this game against Purdue and Northwestern?
I've got Northwestern winning 21 to 17. I feel like it's going to be low score.
Actually, you know what I should probably do? Let me see what that Chicago weather looks like that day. Because that would actually change my thoughts. Like, Purdue has to pass the ball in order to win games. Saturday, 70 degrees. Raining. Huh.
Ooh. If it's raining, man.
You know what, everybody? We're gonna flip that. We're going Northwestern minus 2.5. Lay the points. I don't trust that rain. Yeah, I think that actually changes my thought. I forgot that I got to check the Chicago weather when I look at that game.
Oof.
Next, I have Iowa covering the 3. They are a 3.5 point favorite against Penn State. I think they cover that.
The first to 20 wins. Iowa 20, Penn State 13.
Well, think about it this way, right? Your offensive line has been exposed. You are starting, though he is a 5-star recruit. You are starting. Is he either he's a redshirt freshman or true freshman? Ethan Gronkmeyer at quarterback, and it's against Phil Parker, defensive coordinator for the Iowa Hawkeyes. I think though Iowa doesn't have a good. Iowa put up 37 points last week.
He's a true freshman.
Yeah, he's a true freshman. Oh gosh, and the game is at Iowa.
Yeah, they travel to Iowa. A tough.
What time is the game? What time is the game?
Ooh,
7 p.m. Eastern on the Peacock.
Oh, good grief! Listen,
man.
this is gonna be a blowout. I think this is gonna be a blowout. I think Iowa's gonna go. They're at home. It's nighttime in Kinnick. Ethan Gronkmeyer, true freshman quarterback. This is gonna be his first start. Yeah, I think Iowa gets. I gotta see what the prop would be. See if I can find one. But I want to see what the props are for Iowa getting a defensive touchdown, because I think they get one in this game. Yeah, give me that Iowa the 3.5.
I take the Iowa 3.5. Penn State's offense has been absolutely horrendous. Again, they have that freshman quarterback going to that environment, dude. I mean, think about playing at Iowa. Just at Iowa in general gives me just terrible flashbacks to that.
I hate going there.
2017 season, man, where they just got blitzed like 55-32. But it was after they came back against Penn State in 2017. The Buckeyes.
You know, Rob. I've always said this, man. I know this was 2 years in a row being us being Buckeye fans. Jackson. God bless those children over there at Iowa. Man, for some odd reason, with night games with sick kids waving, it's something about that just gets them going, man. And I don't trust a game over there. I'm happy about that. I saw the Purdue game. I forgot. God bless the kid. I forget his name. I think he passed away that year also. But
yeah, he did.
He called his shot that day on game day. I remember that he called his shot, and Purdue didn't just beat us. They spanked us. So yeah, that's that. What do you think about Iowa Penn State, Jackson?
I got Iowa winning 20-13.
Okay, so we're all here. We all think they're going to cover that spread. All right. Then my last one, and this one right here, I'm very big on. If you can still catch it at this, I think this is what you have to go do. You talk to your wife if you need to, or you just go into your savings. You pull at least a third of it out. And then you go and check to your local casino, or you do it over your phone, whatever app. If you use FanDuel, great. Friends of ours over here at the Boys College Football use them. And then what you do is that you look at that Notre Dame USC line and you take USC plus 9.5. And Notre Dame just lost one of their defensive tackles. Notre Dame is not beating USC by more than 9 points. I stand on that. What do you guys think about this game? I think this is, you got two of the best jerseys in college football, two blue bloods. This will be the last time these two teams play for a very long time.
Don't even remind me.
So I gotta imagine this week. I mean, if you're USC and Notre Dame, if I'm Notre Dame, I got Tim Brown in the stadium in the practice facility this week, and he's talking to the guys. I got Jerome Bettis, the bus at the stadium, talking to the guys. If I'm USC, Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart, Carson Palmer, They're all at the stadium talking to these guys. Willie McGinnis, I would have him there talking to the defense. This is my favorite game of the week because of everything that implicates in this game. Last game I want to talk about, you guys, USC Notre Dame. What do you guys think? And it's US right now. It's Notre Dame favorite at 9.5.
Where's the game at?
It makes me pretty sad.
I think it's at Notre Dame.
Yep, it's at Notre Dame for the last time. Netflix, please God, Netflix is trying to save this game for 2026.
I would please. I don't care. Just do it. I'll pay for it.
Exactly. I mean, it's like I've had my venting session with Bomber and Wild U on a Jack Sewing episode, and I've been venting how I talked about with Mark and Corey on Tuesday. But anyway, for 2025 edition, USC has to win this game to show that they are the fourth place team in the Big Ten that's going to get in the playoffs. If they don't win this game, they got to win out to get in. I'm not sure that's a team that's going to beat Oregon the week before rivalry week, because it's not. And if USC can't win this game and they can't win against Oregon, you could see Lincoln Riley go into James Franklin territory, because he's already getting there. I mean, like, your boss that's standing by you and you wanting to get rid of the Notre Dame game because you didn't want to go to the SEC, so you went to USC. But then you realize, oh, USC's going to the Big Ten. Yeah, that's not ending well for you, good buddy. But USC's got to win this. They looked impressive against Michigan. They didn't look too impressive against Illinois. They've been kind of up and down.
They should have. They could easily be undefeated. I think I actually have USC power rated like in my top 15.
Oh wow. Well, one thing's sure, they're underachieving. And Notre Dame, they lost close one to Miami and Texas A&M, but they've been bouncing back up since. And they have to win this game or they're eliminated from the playoffs. And it just leans towards close game to me. I mean, 9.5 for Notre Dame is too high. It should be 3.5 at the very least.
Yeah,
because you really don't know which one of these teams is going to win this one. It looks like a flip of the coin to me.
Rob, what do you think?
You know, I think USC is going to go into this game drunk off their win against Michigan. And I think they go into South Bend and completely just blow it. They just fold, and then they're fighting for their lives, getting the playoffs. The heat rises on Lincoln Riley's seat, and the donors are like, okay, do we really want to give all this money to the NIL fund? We're bringing these top recruiting classes, so you know what, screw it, I pick Notre Dame to cover.
I hope Notre Dame wins.
All right, so let me okay, everyone in the chat, tell me what you guys think about this. I'm gonna pop this on you guys. Now, I can't confirm nor deny this, okay? Because I think everything you brought up right there, Rob, is a good point. But I want to throw this to you guys. A certain bird told me that there's a certain coach in this game who is going to be the next coach of Penn State.
Not one of those coaches.
And well, this is what this source said. I can't, and I'm iffy about it, but I heard it out. I say, would I be surprised by it? Yes. Would I be overly surprised by it? No. What if I told you one specific coach in this game, it might be distracted because he has Penn State throwing a big number at him, and maybe he's already taken the job?
Is it who I think it is, man? It sounds like a type of hire that Michigan State tried to do years ago.
I mean, like, no. He's playing. He's coaching this Notre. He's the head coach of either USC or Notre Dame.
Okay.
And he might have changed his religion to become the coach.
I doubt that.
But what if I told
Freeman.
you? But what if I told you Marcus Freeman was already the new coach? He's going to be the new coach at Penn State. And what if I told you he was distracted by it? And what if I told you it leaked into this game? And also, you got to, and I think, to Rob's point, also though, I mean, Marcus Freeman and Notre Dame are playing to stay in the playoff race right now.
Yeah. Both teams.
Who do you got? Would you guys be surprised if Marcus Freeman left Notre Dame for Penn State?
Man, go on, Jackson.
I would say yes.
Okay.
I would say yes, because just like I feel like he has everything he needs at Notre Dame. I mean, it's a gigantic brand, dude. A lot of history in that program. It seems like the recruiting classes are top notch now. They have a lot of resources in terms of NIL. So, I couldn't, as we talked about last night, Gerson, Penn State is a sinking ship. Why would he want to go to a sinking
maybe
ship?
it is. Maybe it is. Well, it depends. It depends. You still have pieces there. You could take over the DMV. You still have a pipeline into Ohio. I mean, again, I would personally take the Notre Dame job, because it's funny, I get so much slack for saying this, but I think Notre Dame is the best job in college football. I think it's because they don't have to tell how much they're paying you. They don't have to tell how much they're paying you. Like, nobody knows how much. Brian Kelly was getting paid a boatload, and nobody knew how much he was getting paid. But
I guarantee you, if the money was right and the job was open at Notre Dame, I think Urban Meyer would come back, because he said his dream job, Notre Dame, one of his dream jobs.
I think it's most coaches' dream job. I think Notre Dame is most coaches' dream job. Yeah. Well, all right, guys. Any last thoughts here on the week? This college football week. Any games you guys are focusing on? Any players you're looking at, or topics or narratives out of this weekend that you want to see or looking forward to noticing? Before I let you go here,
I'll be looking at the Ole Miss Georgia game to see if Lane Kiffin is able to shake those demons in terms of not wetting the bed when it comes to playing a top-notch team. So I'll be looking at that. Also, I'll be looking to see if this is actually going to be Luke Fickell's last time coaching the Wisconsin Badgers. But from what I saw with the Michigan and game against Iowa, I feel like he's just completely given up on the team, and I think it's going to show on Saturday. So,
all right, Rob, maybe let everybody know where they can find you, bro.
You can find my co-host Peter and I at Buckeyes Battle Cry. Battle Cry is one word. We go live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and we put out the latest content of what's just been going on in college football and Ohio State as well.
All right, thank you, bro. You have a good night, man. Appreciate OH.
IO.
Jackson, my guy. What are you looking forward to watching this week, or anything that's on your mind?
Well, besides Alabama, Tennessee, which I'll be watching, of course, because
big game.
I got a little something to celebrate if Alabama wins.
Harry. I'll tell you what, that was really cool.
I just got to make sure to give the boss man a heads up that me or Jordan Binkley are going to smoke these on a post-game show.
Oh, you should have saw me. Jackson, did you see me post-game after the Texans win?
Mm-mm.
Oh, man, I had one.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. Had that and a nice glass of whiskey. It was beautiful. I had nothing better than beating Texas, man. There's one game that's better than beating Texas this season. But no, man. What scored that game actually?
Let me see. I've got Bama winning 28-24 against Tennessee.
28-24?
Mm-hmm. and it's gonna be fun. Oh, hair reveal. There we go. Nice. It's like, there we go.
I like that. No, I think this would be a good game for him, man. A Heisman moment type of chance for Ty Simpson. His legend. And also, for Tennessee doesn't have a good defense. This could be a game for Ryan Williams to get back on track. Yeah,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Tell everybody they can find you, Jackson.
Well, they can find me on episode 83 of the Jacksonian, where I've got that premiering at 20 minutes ago just now, where I have Nathan Bomber Brown and Wild Ute discussing BYU Utah and the future of college football, the possibility of Netflix getting involved in the world of college football. Who is it exactly? That's why you tune in to find out. All right there on episode 3 of the Jacksonian. And you can check out my episodes of the Jacksonian Pits Analysis and Final Whistle on Jackson Johnson 979. And you can check me out on Alabama with the Voice of College Football, including this week's episode, Primetime Live, where I was joined by Crimson Coverage's founder, Brody Smoot, and Tennessee at the Voice of College Football host, Tucker Harlan, Jordan Binkley, previewing the Alabama-Tennessee matchup. And for more updates of what I've got going on Alabama with the Voice of College Football, if you want top Alabama coach, go on Alabama with the Voice of College Football. For more updates on Alabama with the Voice of College Football, the Jacksonian, Pits Analysis, Final Whistle, and Jackson's Take a College Football with Locked On West Virginia's Mountaineer Paul, and once a week, twice a week calls on the Paul Feinbaum Show, however long they're going to last. Check me out on Jackson VOCFB on @/Twitter and on Instagram and Threads, Jackson Johnson 543-908.
Awesome, my man. Appreciate you as always, Jackson. You have an awesome night, man. Roll Tide roll.
Roll Tide roll. And with that, I go OH.
I-O. See you, brother. Oh man, that's my guy right there. By the way, Jackson Johnson, man, he's one of the best college football historians I've ever talked to. That guy, he knows just about anything that's ever happened in this sport. But again, everybody, again, thank you for joining up here for the Ohio State College Show here at Ohio State, the Voice of College Football. Don't forget to hit that like button, share on your social media, and also subscribe to the channel so we can get all the people to subscribe, and also grow this network and grow this channel so we can help grow the community here at Voice of College Football. And as always, OH, I-O.